let's talk about postpartum anxiety and how I was in severe denial with my first that I had postpartum anxiety, because your girl was crazy. I was crazy. I have had diagnosed anxiety for quite some time, and then for some reason when I was pregnant with my first, and this is totally just my perspective, other people will have something else to say about this, I thought taking Lexapro was going to be the worst possible thing for my pregnancy, right? I was convinced that somehow Lexapro was bad and being a ball of stress anxiety was going to be better for me. Turns out not the right choice for me. So after I had my son 3 years ago, I remember being in such denial that anything was wrong. I was convinced that my anxiety was just because I cared because I was a good mom. And that's what people said. You only care because you're a good mom. You're only nervous because you're a good mom. You only think about these things because you're a good mom. Turns out there is a fine line where that's not a good way to live, or at least it wasn't for me. I remember taking my son for walks and being so scared the whole time. I would only walk him if I was wearing him in a carrier. I would not use his stroller, because if someone tried to kidnap us, it'd be easier for me to run into the woods and run away from them if he was in a carrier versus trying to get a stroller through the woods. This is where my mind was at, which was not healthy at all. It was actually insane. That was scary. And so then I told my doctor, hey, I'm feeling a little nuts. And she said, you know, Lexapro is totally fine, right? Went back on it. It changed my life. I have been back on it now for quite some time. I went off briefly last year just because of some insurance stuff, and unfortunately, that's the world we live in. And I've been back on it now for about a year. Night and day. Night and day. I can talk a lot more about like my journey with anxiety and medication and all that, if that's something people are interested in. But Lexapro makes me a better mom. Lexapro makes it so that I don't feel like everything is such a big deal. It helps with my postpartum rage. It helps with my regular rage. It helps with my sleep. When I am medicated, it helps with my breathing, like all of this. And for me, that makes me a better mom because I'm not completely off my rocker. I personally don't see anything wrong with medication if it is something that helps you function. Medication is not weakness. Medication is not you're a bad mom. Medication doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. Medication means that you are adding a tool to your toolbox, in my opinion. So I hope that helps. If you are struggling, don't be in denial like I was. Talk to somebody. Therapy, amazing. Medication, amazing. Not being in denial that something is wrong is literally amazing. So my DMs are always open, but like, just take care of yourself, and it is okay to get help.